cannot give hate a safe harbor. As I said in my address at the joint session of Congress, according to the intelligence community, terrorism from white supremacy is the most lethal threat to the homeland today. Not ISIS, not Al-Qaeda, white supremacists.
We'll be taking over the investigative lead for this event. This is not a terrorist event.
The FBI is the lead investigative agency, and we're investigating this as an attack of terrorism.
Well, that didn't age well like wine, did it? Now, I was going to waste some time before having a discussion about this until we got some more information, but I think it's imperative that we discuss everything we already know and then all the warning signs in which we already received in the past. We're not going to take this lightly. So on January 1st, 2025, on New Year's Day, we had two major attacks here on our home soil. One involving a Tesla Cybertruck being parked outside of Trump International Hotel in Vegas, where it blew up and injured 7 bystanders. Thank God, no fatalities. Now, the second event was in New Orleans, where a man with a pickup truck rammed into a crowd of bystanders, multiple fatalities. And that man had explosives in his truck, but he wasn't able to detonate them. Both of these men that conspired the attacks were former U.S. military. Now, the second clip in what you saw was the FBI agent. This was hours after the attack. They already had a statement that this wasn't an act of terrorism. Now, just me looking at the situation from a neutral standpoint, you see a Cybertruck of Tesla, Elon Musk. You see it parked outside of Trump International Hotel, blowing up. It's a Godfather type of warning. That's a message. So how do you know immediately that this is not an act of terrorism? I thought that you're supposed to get all the information, gather it, and then tell the people what you got. But you already knew. And then they found in that pickup truck, they found an ISIS flag, and they searched that man's social media account, and they found a whole bunch of extremist ideology of this guy. That's why they had to recant that statement. And, you know, I was so happy to hear that the FBI was taking over this investigation. You know, I feel like we're definitely going to get to the bottom of everything. You know, the FBI really has a good track record with COINTELPRO and everything. So I feel very confident that we're going to know exactly what happened that day. Now, here's what the senator of Louisiana had to say about this event.
The federal government is now in charge of this investigation. By that, I mean the White House, the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, and the Department of Justice. I did talk to the Secretary of Homeland Security, and I told him that with all the respect I could muster, that we expect to put the full force and resources of the federal government behind this investigation. Here's what I want to ask from the federal government. Catch these people. Catch these people. And then tell the American people the truth. Now, I don't want you to tell us yet anything that's going to interfere with your investigation. And there's things that I've been told that I think are true that I'm not sharing with you today because it could interfere with their investigation. But after we get to the bottom of this, I need to tell the American people the truth. And the people of New Orleans the truth. And the people of America the truth. Just my final point is, I will promise you this. I will, when it is appropriate and this investigation is complete, you will find out what happened and who was responsible, or I will raise fresh hell.
Well, shit, what the hell is the truth? Shit, should I be concerned? Should people be concerned? If you live in a major city, I live in a major city. So the next clip I'm about to show you is a guy that crossed the border that was making threats.
By the way, if you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am. Very easy.
Wow, very easy. The entitlement.
No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
I don't know why this is not on the news. And this is why I remain neutral and I like to listen to both sides. Both sides are gonna lie, but you're gonna get some truths and you can combine them together. Now, the last two clips I'm gonna show you is a ex-CIA agent by the name of Sarah Adams. She's been publicly warning about coordinated attacks by ISIS and Al-Qaeda in the United States and in Europe for 2025. Take a listen.
Back to the interesting point. You said that you guys think that they've sent at least 15, Al-Qaeda alone has sent at least 1,500 people here in the United States.
Correct.
What do they plan on doing with them?
They have a 2025 multi-coordinated, multi-city plot to avenge the death of Osama bin Laden.
Okay, so I've watched you on podcasts. I've never heard that. Could you explain that more?
We're going to put a report on Monday, but essentially Al-Qaeda is actually who helped plan the Hamas attacks. The Hamas attacks is a dress rehearsal. So the Hamas attacks is the practice attack, and then the big attack is going to be in the United States and then in 4 countries in Europe.
Okay. You guys want to go home and load magazines?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm thinking.
I hope a lot of people come into your shop and stock up. It would be smart.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
What's the time frame?
All we know is that the attack was planned for 2025.
Is anybody doing anything?
No, and actually, Al-Qaeda makes a joke out of the fact that they move the money we give to the Taliban to the camps that train the homeland attackers, right? So it's almost like an insider joke, like, yes, we are forcing America to fund their own attacks. So that is the plan, too, that the money will go back to us and our government. And then that makes Americans also look at our government like it's an inside job.
Listen, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know if we're going to get more attacks. All I know is that if you live in a major city, you better stay vigilant. We don't know who crossed this border and what they came here to do. I know the last 2 attacks were U.S. citizens, but still, we got a lot of hostility in this country because of all the bullshit we did overseas. So listen, we got to pray. We got to pray for the people that lost their lives. We got to pray for their family. We got to pray for this country. Y'all stay safe, family.